Okay, so I start with presentation. Okay, I share screen. Okay.
The sound is good, Giovanni.
Oh, thanks God, Cash. Good evening, good morning. I don't know if what's
Good morning,
right to
Giovanni.
say.
I hope we hear you better
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
That's good.
Go
ahead, please.
Okay, this is my case of my daughter. This is a car accident that happened the 6th of July of 2016. This picture was took before 2 weeks before of happening, and for understand and this kind of this work is for a gift for humanity. It's for all the daughter, and because when I was in that moment, there are I have basically two options. One is was work only with the soul, but because I study a lot about, and the other one was to use this technology. If I choose the first one, I know that other person in my situation we're not able to solve the problem like that that one that I have at that moment with what I knew, and so I choose the second. And with this idea, I wrote all. I take all the examination, and I found even the best explanation of in scientific way. First of all, I want to say thank you to Sirkesh for have saved my life of my daughter, because in other cases for the medicine there is nothing to do, because I will show you that the body was completely destroyed, completely, bones, brain, organs inside, and no more connection. So here it's written how it's possible not only to come back from the coma, but rebuild literally a new body. And so this is the first aid report from the hospital of Bari. This is the main problem that they found. It's important to say that here it is written, that we discover only later, that he was his brain was without oxygen for about 15-20 minutes. And this is report is correct, because I spoke with the first person that make the resuscitation technique, and when I arrived on the place of the accident, he found the body, the area of the mouth completely closed, and so she don't have the possibility to breathe. So this is more that is not written here. She was even have diabetes, pneumothorax, have a lot of fracture, about 20 fracture, was a lot of fracture in all parts of the body. And I divided here because the body was completely destroyed. And so I here prepare a section with each part of body with all the problems that she had. I don't read it all because this presentation, if I do completely, it's more of 3 hours. So I'll let you read with the stop of the images, and you can literally can read it and understand how was difficult the situation. And so here it's written all the problem only for the head. Here are the problem of thoracic area. So dorsal area, this is a part of the fracture that they have on spinal cords, and the limbs. I let a little bit the frame so you can read it and make the pause if you need to read it during the recording. This is the problem to the abdominal area, liver, spleen. It's a very, if you read it, it's completely destroyed the body. Okay, I go on. This is very important to know because this is not a normal situation. This is extreme situation. I went into hospital and nobody gave to me 1% of survival of my daughter, and they prepare me to the psychologically that will die, and even they put in a room for the people that must die. So in fact, like 80% of that patient of the room died. This was the intervention of during the resuscitation. I need to say that the team of resuscitation was very good team of doctor, because to keep live a situation like this, it's a very very good doctor. And even all during the treatment, I did the treatment for the law of normal medicine, but the doctor said that even with all the medicine possible, there is no chance. For this reason, I moved in different ways. So what I want to share with you, for this reason I took this picture, is what I did it what I did it in the particular for have this success with my daughter. When happened this, the first thing that happened is that we lose our consciousness. The consciousness, it's our magnetosphere. We have a field that is created between the interaction with the soul and the body, and this creates our field. When happen a problem like this, our field became like with the second images. We are literally absorbed from the field of that event, of the emotion of the person, in this case of my daughter, that stay in that situation. If you if happen this, you are not able to help your daughter, because your magnetic field, your energy became part of it, became like fuse of it. In fact, you can realize that you will start to feel the pain of, or for example, of your daughter, or the feeling in the same, and stay in the same state of her. So it's important to be detached with the emotion and to keep your attention on your magnetic field. This move your strength all compact, and you are able to make what you need in the second step. That is this one. When I found, I saw my daughter in a reanimation room, was possible for me to see the situation of her soul and her body. The situation is like the photo on the left, and there was the body, and there was the like 30 centimeters above the body is soul. And I understood that don't need too much time that the soul leave the body, was very near. This can happen when there is a big, very big trauma that shake all the body, and so detach the soul, even if it's not an event of the destiny. So what's happened really? It's happened on the picture on the right. When the person is unhealthy, the soul, the body are together, and so the interaction of the two fields create a magnetosphere. When it starts to be detached, it's come this situation, that one of the picture of the left. So for repositioning the soul near the body, we need to push again the magnetosphere around the body and the soul. It's like that you make a circle that close the two parts, soul and body. How it's possible to do this? This is possible. First of all, you need to do before this, because when we start, for example, to move for a trip, we know the starter point and the final point. Here it's the same. Before happen this kind of thing, you need to find a connection with the soul of your daughter. So when, if happening something like that, you know which is the soul of your daughter and where is. And this helped me too much to match her. And this way, when I don't describe all the from which part of the body, etc., but what is important, it's that it's important to create like a shield, that is a magnetosphere, around his body and soul. So this keep her soul attached his body, and don't permit her to left. I did this for 2 weeks, because I know that the soul during the night, or during this kind of trauma, the first place that go when they leave the body is to go to the best familiar place, and is the house. And so during the night I saw the body of my daughter, seen, and so every time I keep her and brought in the body of the hospital, and continue to put every time this shield. And finally, I have a contact with her, and spoke with her about. And I asked to her if she won't survive or no. She said that it was not able to survive. It was not able to recover the body because it was all broken. And I told to her that don't worry, I can help you to do this. And so I started to use all the possible knowledge, and with the help of Sirkesh, I did it. So this in the first picture of the left show the process that I told to you. This is a work of the soul. In the ancient time, we have this kind in the middle, this kind of system of healing. This we can call ancient technology. This are why it's ancient technology, because you need to know that that kind of stone, it's particular stone, that it's granite stone, and it's possible magnetite that stone. The chemical structure of that kind of stone is so heavy that that time they use this kind of box for recovering the body, because the soul don't have, I can say that, find the correct environment so can interact good with the body. This is what I can say now. So if you understand this and the work of magnetosphere, you can understand the third image. You can understand how it's possible with this technology work on magnetosphere, and this magnetosphere can be able to change some condition in the body and even in the soul, and so to heal the person, to find the best balance. So now we go to the part of the damage. The brain trauma has big consequence, a very big edema on inside inside the brain, with some point of blood too. And this was I was able to reduce with like that magnet that a friend gave to me, that was charged with frequency for against the edema, and I apply it for 30 minutes on each cerebral hemisphere, and this allowed to avoid to remove all the part of the skull. That was done in all the people of the hospital, and was the same material of that box, that Egyptian box that I say to you. This is the picture like 1 month and a half of Naomi, and this was really good in front of the picture that was after the crash accident. And now I show the video of the day before apply the painkiller mattress. Okay, if you look here, it's possible to see the normal rate. This is no less of 120 heartbeat to minutes. this was for July until this 24 September. This was the normal heartbeat of Naomi, night and day. And this was the less, because normally it was 140. Imagine how was stressed his heart for the pain. You can see here very well the number. So what I say to you, it's the pure truth. Okay, in this period, from the day of July until now, Naomi, she never sleep, never. So if you read here, the pain increased the heart rate by 130 beats per minute, day and night, not even sleep for a moment. And I asked the doctor if what they think to do, because I know that it's a person that's running for 3 months. That was that heartbeat. After 3 months, the heart it's broken too. So I asked to them what is why they don't put the painkiller, no? And she said that for the damage that she had. The quantity of painkiller that need to do was so big that would kill her. And so if she can survive to in the same time or recovering and healing, she can survive. If not, she will die. And I told them, but she is in pieces. It's impossible that she can heal all the body, and in this way, you need 1 year, 2 years. It's impossible. She sure died, and they don't answer anymore to me because that one was the answer. So I asked Susikesh what is possible to do in this case, and he advised to me to prepare some painkiller mattress, and that I put in the zone that was more painful for her. If you look, this is this zone is the hip, and you can see here there is a bigger fracture here. Another bigger fracture here. So this meaning that the hip slide in 2 parts. It's not fixed. There is no part of the hip that was complete, and so constantly they move all the time. So I prepare this 2 mattress, one put above, and the other one I put behind. And here you can see the difference. This was the day before, of the application of painkiller, and this was after. If you look, you can see I apply only for 16 minutes, and this was enough to change completely his face, his position of the hand, and he start to sleep immediately. So this was an amazing result, and there is no words for describe the feeling when you see your daughter that for a month don't sleep for the pain, and you see to sleep so well and in peace. It's there is no word for explain this. Here, this is another picture, and if I make bigger that picture, you can see that the rate of the heartbeat became to drop immediately to 80 bites per minute. This photo was taken after 3 days of application of painkiller. You can see completely the different, the face, the arms, the position of the body. It's completely different. This is the position of the mattress, how I did it, and this is the interaction of the field. So basically, what happened if you think in basic way, the pain what is an electricity that go in the nerves, and this electricity and all electricity is charged, even that one that is very a few millivolts, have electromagnetic field. So if we interact with the electromagnetic field of the current that flow in the nerves, we can be able to regulate it, to have a regulation of the quantity of electricity that flow in the nerve. And this permits to change the field and to this device to become a painkiller. And in this case, what is interesting that when the brain don't receive so much information of the pain and so much in electricity, it starts to healing the body, because it's more free to work and to repair it. So it's very important, this point. This is another video of October after the painkiller and after I use the helmet. I put off the audio. Okay, you've seen here, it's start to move the eye, something that she didn't before, because the look of the eyes was completely loose in the void, and to interact to the with the environment, even if she don't move at all the body. And what is interesting is that, as you can see, the repair of the body, it starts to be so well that they put on wheelchair that before was impossible to do. So now I need to explain how it's possible and what I did it, for what reason, in scientific way, I did it that kind of guns. First of all, I want to say that the first part that is important to do when you prepare the guns, you put your divine soul inside. And there is an ancient knowledge in all the world. The shaman, they use this term, intento, but we can if I want to translate this idea, it's like that you put all your intention to heal in the substance that you want to do. And you are concentrating in this thought during all the preparation. It's like that you put not only the guns inside, but your heart inside, your mind inside. And this is very important, because I can explain this even with the magnetic field. It's the same process of before. It's possible to create like an interaction between the part of creation of the guns and you. It's like that it became an extension of your magnetic field and your desire and you want to do. And this will happen. So this it's very important. And for example, when I did the guns, I was always alone. I was only concentrate on that, and my thought was always to heal my daughter. Now, this what I put inside the blanket that was normal in flat table matters, and I put this 75% of liquid plasma, 25 of GANs, and these are the percentage of liquid plasma. These are each milliliter, so you can understand easy how to reproduce this. I want to say that all these are exactly what I did it to my daughter. I don't change nothing, and I take note in real time on my book on all what I did, even the variation, what I used, when, and all the details. So you even don't need to call me. These are teaching that are in foundation, that you find in foundation. So please come in foundation to study this kind of technology, because can do a very big difference for you. This means that you save the life of the person that you love. It's not a joke, this one. So if you study this technology, you can really do great things. Now, this is the situation of the brain of Naomi. In the left part, you see the brain of healthy person. In the right part, it's magnetic resonance of Naomi. When the doctor said that for every idea of the brain of Naomi, I need to think that it's like that I put the brain of my daughter, she said exactly this word, in a shaker, switch on for 10 minutes, and after switch off. And this is what's remain of the brain. If you look at the magnetic resonance, he was right. Because if you look, for example, all this area, it's completely melting. There is no connection anymore. There is no, look here, how is the disposition, even of the color of the mass, the great matter, the white matter, callosum body, and so on. No, it's all melting. There is nothing of the brain here. So it's something that was not possible repair for the science. So I share with you this picture because in this way you can understand really the situation. And I want to tell you this too. I have all the analysis, all the picture, all the details of this. So I can show all the proof of this. So now the solution for the brain damage was two kind of solution. One was the plasma solution, and an helmet drink liquid plasma, and the other one was like a matter solution. The matter solution was that I gave to her omega-3, folic acid, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and zinc. Here you find all the dosage that I gave to my daughter, so you can take note of this. And this one really worked very well. I won't say to you that it's very important that the calcium, magnesium, and zinc need to mix in equal part all together and give to the patient, because this need to be combined together when go inside the body. It's not the same effect if you take one separate from the other one. This is important. And here you find all the dosage. Okay. Here it's described all the why we need to give this kind of substance to the metastate, and the reason. And so you can understand that each one is important, because what you need to know is that the brain is created from the skull. And so with these elements together, we create a separation of the bones of the skull that became brain. After we grow these cells, divide this cell, and they start to grow up a new brain. But we need to make this, even the plasma, it's no only this that can give to us the solution. We need to create the field of these two. This can help to make faster the process. And now I explain how. Yeah, okay. So I prepare this helmet, and the job of this helmet is to recreate the field of the brain around the head, around the brain. So I prepared the guns for it. The problem was which strength of the field I need to match. So I make a calculation of the brain, the weight of the brain of Naomi. So if his weight is 50 kilos, the 2% usually is the weight of the brain. And so 1,000 milliliter is the brain of Naomi. The brain is constitution of 70% of water, and the rest it's more dense, like matter state. And so this is the difference between the liquid and more dense state. And if after I choose the difference, after I calculate the difference of white brain matter, that are the axon, and grain brain matter that you can read here. And so in this way I create the guns of CO2 for the connection, and the guns of the zinc oxide for the brain nerve. So what the patches that I did it was exactly a copy of the brain of Naomi that I put in the helmet. And this kind of calculation, I did it for the muscle, for the bones, for everything that I did for Naomi. all was calculated for each part of her body. And this is important because that time I need to match exactly the same condition of her original brain. So this for make a better job, I create different parts for each section of the brain. So frontal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital, and so on. Parietal, and this is the picture. If you look, it's a very nice color of the gans because the life comes from the water, and if you see here the color of the water, it's like that one of the ocean. These are the pillow and the milliliter that I used from each part of the brain that I put inside the helmet. This is how is composed each pillow, what I put inside. This is frontal lobe. After I explain you why, I put here the pH, millivolts, and so on. It's important, this is very important. It's important that the field is complete to the helmet. I did it, here it's not written, but I did it some small pillow of 1 centimeter because between the two conjunction of the pillow, there was a little space. For cover that little space, I create a complete field to the brain. I did it, these small pillows that I put inside. This was the helmet application. I start with a progressive work. This was the time that I use it. I go forward because after you can see. These are the effects that I had from the application. This sleep, deep sleep, heart rate dropped, muscular deconstruction, and the rest. With this, we can explain more that words. This is the picture of Naomi before, and this was after the application of the helmet. If you look, there is look the eyes, and you understand all. Even the mouth was always closed. It's in the picture of the right, you can see that they start to be present. In the picture of the left, you can see clearly that it's lost. This is how the answer of the body after the helmet. Look, the position of the hand and the face, how is close to the breast. This is a protection that the people use when are in coma because they need to defend themselves from something that can happen from the external part, and so or for the trauma that they receive. So when they find a better, comfortable situation because it's changed their position, you find a different position of the body. And if you look, this is completely relaxed. She left his arm go down, She moved the head behind. It's completely changed, and all in few hours. Few hours. This was the first prototype of helmet that I used in conjunction even with the mattress. But after I perfected this one, because the frontal lobe was not complete, I noticed that the field on the frontal lobe was not covered. So I prepared another pillow for cover exactly all the brain. If you look here and you take a picture of the brain, you look that the brain finished near above the ear. So after 9 months, we start with this situation, this melting brain, and this was the brain in magnetic resonance of Naomi of 24 of April. Last 9 months, the brain changed completely. And I show to you now a comparison between the healthy brain and this one of Naomi. So with these things, in 9 months, the brain was completely healed. It's literally a new brain, this one. Now, for have this result, I studied the best option and the reason for make the best guns possible. I don't was lucky to have this result. I studied because the position that time was, if I make wrong only a little detail, I know very well that my daughter will die. So I studied the best guns possible for help that can help my daughter, and even the checking system for to know that that was good guns. So I recreated the same condition of the first human brain that was created. I consider this important things like element, temperature, electricity, and rhythm. I don't have too much time, so what I show the slide and say fast. Basically, on studies of René Quinton that is mentioned here, the first being that was created in the water, and the body, the human body, keep the same salinity of the first body that was created that time. So that time the water of the sea was 80%, and the human body put inside the sea and keep it the same condition of that time that was generated. This is basically the information. So even happen for the temperature. When the human body have the fever it's because it's a system of defense of the body for for accelerate the vitality of the cells, because it's more near to the origin cells that was created about 44 degrees Celsius. There are all the study. I studied this. You can trust me, or you can check. But I verify all this. Electricity. This is important to know, because we know that the brain work between the 7 have a range of work. between 0.1 to 32 hertz. And I have a look at the Schumann resonance. You can read here, but I cut all of this. And basically, when this brain was done, there was the lighting in the sea, and this lighting in the sea during this phase that lighting fall in the sea was created a resonance that a ionization phenomenon that generate various electromagnetic frequency from 7 to 45 hertz. This means that when we prepare the gas, we need to put variable high power steams, and I did it. So now you can understand the relation between the waves of the brain and the ionization of atmosphere. And this is important. This is connected even with the magnetic field of the brain. In fact, the hippocampus, the special area of the brain, work with the same hertz of the heart, and this is the problem that the people that go with, for example, normal starship in the space have the problem to the brain. And destroy the brain and need to recover in the brain, because we live here with this kind of frequency of the heart. When we go far, change the frequency, and so the brain is start not function anymore and start to be sick. And so it's important to consider even this aspect. The rhythm. I noticed that that with the solar, there are literally a tides when there is the solar magnetism. And so there is a process that happens inside the body that create ions of hydrogen. And this is well explaining even after. I try to read all, but I try to stay in 1 hour, but I know that's basically impossible to do. So I found some study of this Dr. Sander, that explain about the tides of hydrogen. Why I need this? Because this is the rhythm that I need to produce when I do the guns. No, so this means that the electricity must not be the same all the time, but I need a rhythm to use, and this is the hour of the rhythm. This is very interesting because this comes from the study of agriculture for the interaction and how the plant use the amino acid and the connection between the amino acid and the energy inside the body. And here it's well explained how decay the nitrogen and became carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. And it's very interesting because this explains how it's possible that from outside it's possible to create matter inside. And basically, if we think, and after I will explain to you that what happened outside with the plant happen inside of us, because you need to know that even the brain have a lot of nitrogen. In fact, if you open the skull, there is a very bad smell because for the nitrogen. And so when we have a special condition that this nitrogen with a special process of magnetic field became amino acid, the amino acid then became carbon, and this carbon is combined with the hydrogen that was inside, we have the CH3. And when we have the CH3, we have the sugar and we have energy in the blood, in the body, that we can use in the field. So now, how is possible to have the field, to have this process? This is explained with quantum mechanics. This is I found that this study of Leibov, that is a Russian scientist, and he did it very good work with the rule of geomagnetic fields in cell regulation. And basically, what's happened? That he say that the magnetic field interact with the ions of elements and create a new condition of the cells. And one of the, you can read it, all the explanation, but it's important that what I have explained to you now, you put all together this frame for have a idea and complete understanding, because this is important, because it's the scientific explanation why this technology work. This is a scientific explanation. Nobody can say nothing, because these are studies that are was checked. So I only put together all the information, and because my intention was do a scientific publication of this, but really I have no time to do it, and so I show to you here. So, for what I said to you before, what's happened that in a large fraction of the body, calcium is found in extracellular space. So this calcium, in combination with the magnetic field, have a reaction with the water, and this reaction creates hydrogen inside the body, free hydrogen. And now you can understand how it's possible that the hydrogen go in combination with the carbon, and we have the field of CH3. And so we have the energy. This is only an explanation of this, but there is also for the oxygen and for all the rest. But what is interesting is that if you read it, all this frame, no, that I showed before, here you can find that Earth's field ratio, the effect was to build new neurons and new neurites with this condition. So we have the scientific explanation why it's possible with the helmet set up new neurons and new axon. And nobody can say nothing about it because it's written on the book. And this book are accepted for the official science. So it's correct. How it's here there are the study of Tennant that I did it for have the best electricity possible, millivolts, because the human cells work of a certain type, certain range of electricity. So a cell that is sick have a plus voltage, millivolts. A person that was healed, healed, is minus millivolts. And so I try to have the same condition in the guns. This was, for example, this is a guns of CO2 of minus 108 millivolts that I did it. That was the guns that I prepared. This was, I did it the guns of CO2. I used 3 liters of distillate water. This is the weight. I use this kind of salt because what you can buy usually, it's industrial salt that have no oligo elements. But for make the same match of field, I need to have the same condition of the brain, and the brain have the oligo elements when the first brain was created. And so I found this one that is a salt, natural salt that was in the cave in that area of Sicily. And so it's old, it's a very old salt that have the Asian characteristic of the salt. And this is the reason I use this one. And after I put caustic soda. I so give this kind of this kind of attention. I put this heater for put the temperature to 30 degrees, a fan for move the water, for give the condition, the electricity, but was connected to the clock. So I observe the tides of energy. And even the plate, I put a plate that was based on phi number. This was the volts, ampere, and here, I don't explain to you, but you can read it. I make a calculation of the electricity of the brain of Naomi, and I make a proportion. So I give to her, I give to the guns exactly the same electricity that flow in the brain of Naomi. And here it's written the calculation that I did it. And this was the checking of the guns. If you look, if the guns was well done, must be the same layer of the natural brain. So the gray part, the white matter, and so on. And if you look here, you have it. If you look, there is the white part, the dark part, again the white part. There are layers. There are many layers. So in this way was reproduce the same field of the brain. And this I did it even for the muscle and for other things. This was how I did it, the CH3 guns. All it's written in detail. These are the picture. It was interesting that appear this kind of red balls appear like hemoglobin here, and it was very was beautiful to see. This the iron was completely flat, but to the end of the appear these balls. After that, after this, there was the problem of really I have now the problem that Naomi is not talk, walk, and can come here to talk to you, is because nobody thought that she can survive. So they did it very few times, the physiotherapy, and nothing for talk, for speech therapy, speech doctors. So we did it what was possible. But here, for example, on the right legs to the foot, she have because don't forget that she stayed like 1 hour, year and a half in the bed. A block of minerals. You can see here too. And this block, it's almost, it's also in the ligaments part, and was able to remove in very few time with the tube patch. These are the patch for the solve the crystallization. I put one patch under the foot and the other patch that was the double in the opposite part. This is what I put it inside. This was the effect. The physiotherapist can't believe what happened in only 1 day of difference. Was my intention to put another X-ray, but my daughter take a lot of X-ray. I apologize for this, but I don't want to give her either X-ray because she did a lot of X-ray. But the physiotherapist see that really a big improving in only 1 day. And now the only problem is not the problem of the bones, but the ligament that for the period are shorter. But now we are near to solve this also. After we realized that the brain is working, the connection, the neurosystem was connecting with the brain and the muscle. The only thing that we need to do is to active the connection between the muscle and the brain. So I did it this. This was a problem because she was unstable because the central nerve is not in line. The reason was because was in coma for a long time, and so need to realign the neurosystem. And Sekesh gave me this advice that was very well, really. So I put her in this position, and I start to pull each toe And here it's describe all, so you can read it and apply it simple, because I have no time anymore. You can read it, and this create a connection very fast, and start to move the right leg very well. Now she raises the right leg without problem, even with a small weight. It's unbelievable. And you need to put both of the legs. This is all the time that you need to do. You can do every time this. This is the guns of the muscle, and if you look, it's the same color of the muscle without the blood. So I consider the energy that flow in the muscle, and the result was that I had the same color of the muscle. Here there is the heater. Look, the fan. I changed the air. I use glass. I found that the glass is. I found better of the plastic. This was how did it the sew guns. This is video of a couple of weeks ago of Naomi. Yes, this is a video, but this is are not video that I did it for show to the people. It was the video for see how she moved, but the result was very good, you know, and I show. But there is the other video too, and these are the patch that I did it for the vocal cord. This was I put inside. This was the position, because the vocal cord are in that position. So I put exactly on the position on the right photo. This was the effect. She started to talk for the first time. And she don't talk, not because she's not able to talk, because I did an examination. Now the vocal cord closed completely. She able to talk. But until the end of this month, she still have a pipe in his stomach, and so give her a lot of pain when they start to talk, and so she not able to have a force to push the breath out. And after there are all this work that I did it on the bones, on the scarf, on the injuries. This is interesting work on the brain, but with the I create a loop between the. I use the ray of light. This is phosphene light, and so with the phosphene and this kind of mask with the guns inside, I create a loop in the brain, And after that, I do only one time for a minute. She start to fall very deep because the ray come back, find the guns, and after come back again on the brain. And this circle create like a light inside the brain. You can try this, and you will see that even with the closed eye, you can see a light inside. This is the guns for the neck. This is the system that for my family, because was the effort was very big. I did it other work with the soul, and even I used her hand for help his brain. This was the first one was for to put the bones in the condition that was completely in access, and so every night I put this panel on her. I move all the bones in the same in the way that they can soldering in correct way. This was a little headphone that I did it for recovering a small part of the brain that was not complete healed. This was the checking that I did it because, for example, when she was in the hospital, she have a lot of wire behind the head, because in the wall there was the wire of electricity, and we know that this creates magnetic field too. I don't want that this magnetic field can create a problem with my magnetic field of the helmet of the other, or for example the other device. So with this device I checked the place where the magnetic field don't arrive. It was like 50 centimeter, and so there is no interaction. I did it also for radiation. This is the checking for radiation. After I make a special work for stimulate with the body, and this was done with Father Christ with the support also of another knowledge seekers, Stefania, that helped me in this for stimulate the part of the brain. I use it, I stimulate all the brain in different way. This I use olibanum, black olibanum, that is frankincense, and stimulates this area of the brain. But I did it also with the thong. I give to her something to test, with some stimulation of the hands. So I give something that was cold or hot in the hands, and activate this area of the brain. And with the light that I told you before, I stimulated this area of visual area. The result was this. This was 1 year before, and this was after 1 year. And thanks to all, and thanks again to Sirkash. And I dedicate this word to Naomi, that give a big sacrifice, and to my family, and to all humanity. Thanks.
Thank you, Giovanni. Would you like to show us a few of the recordings that you have with the progress of Naomi?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Is Giovanni there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we are waiting, Giovanni, for your videos.
No, Hella, I have the videos. I don't have all the videos. I put the videos that I have. Hella, you can share the video?
Yes. My question is for the sport part. Would you like to show all three or just the two where she is?
What you like? What you like? What you like?
Whatever you like. We enjoyed the life.
Yeah.
While we are looking at this, you got to understand something very important. This has never been done. We done it once 10 years ago with a case we have in Court of Belgium, and they said it's a fraud. They put all the cases up against us because of whatever. Now it's been done for the second time. But this time, the same, what you see here, Giovanni shows measuring everything. If you look at the systems we used 10 years ago, it was not the same. We measure everything. There is no need for no man to die in coma. Even if half a brain is damaged and is not gone. It's shown the MRI from Naomi. There are a number of points you have to understand. The bone which is broken on the hip is not operative. They could not operate on it because it's too close to the spine. She would have been paralyzed and she would not last the operation. That's why she was left to die. Secondly, she could never stand up. Now you see the way the bone is broken, usually people die of it. If you die of hip fracture. The poison of the blood, of the bone into the blood kills. It's taken a lot of work for Giovanni. Every single piece you see Giovanni has made is calculated, considered, is well taught, and like a man who looks after his own child to give her life, he's done everything correct. We see Naomi back. There is no loss of memories. Even the whole brain has been touched. She still remembers. We've seen her writing the name of Fabio. We've seen her smile. She's much cheekier than before. But this is a wonderful celebration of technology. Naomi has been close to us. She was in the office with us every day, and now hopefully she'll be back in the office again. She's a pleasure to have, but this is a major, major breakthrough in the world of science. But what does this mean? In a space, we can repair everything. If you look at the case of Naomi, brain, spinal cord, bones, neurosystems, everything has been damaged. And is been managed to put back together. Every reason for survival in a space is in our hand. Naomi is a true example of a fully integrated use of the technology when it's done correctly. You saw how Giovanni calculated everything to the ground. This is what I used to do. Every single cup, every single breathing system was calculated to efficiency of maximum. Conversion of the magnetic fields to the GANs and the reverse is part of beauty of this technology. I have one request from the Keshe Foundation supporters, and that is, take this part of this video and send it to every coma hospital in the world you know. Any family you know who's in coma. This is a gift from us to humanity. But remember, in a space we need to know every part of it will be damaged and put into coma because of the transitional magnetic field in our body. Our brain will change position and condition because of it. Our neurosystem will be damaged. If you look at this, if you show this to any doctor, any physician who's present, they tell you, just watch this video and I'll tell you why this is a miracle. Can you let it run, please? You see why it's miracle? The hip is broken. The frontal bone is broken. There is nowhere any pressure that the body can hold. The whole thing should collapse down like a jelly. That's why the doctors would have never operated, because it's impossible to get somebody with such a broken fracture and such a broken frontal bones to walk. It's literally, there is no pressure to hold the body up. This is without any operation. This is the process of understanding the science of creation. And I have one request from all of you. Any of you who are watching this, we put this separately as part of Naomi's in the as I was saying, the only reason any hospital will refuse to bring a coma patient out is because they earn thousands of dollars a day from the bed they give them. But if you give it to the parents, send it to everyone, they understand how beautiful it is to give a life back. No one should stay in coma anymore with this technology. I have another request from one of you. Take this video and send it to the judge in Kortrijk. Send it to the judge in Ghent, Belgium. That they show how much fabrication has been made and how much mankind denied to give life back. If we can stand these conditions of such a damage, as we see with Naomi's body and the brain, and stand every other damage in the universe. The structure of the brain of Naomi, this is the latest, you see. She's sitting and she's playing with Papa. And logical play of games. This is amazing for a brain which has been totally smashed up. Nothing is missing. Soon she'll walk and soon she'll be talking to us. It's beautiful to see her play. She's gorgeous.
Piano, piano. Bravo ragazzi, bravo. Piano, piano, piano. Okay.
She's got that cheeky face, doesn't she? You got to remember that we used to see this face every day.
Allora, adesso ti scrivo questa parola. Sta scritto papà? Sta scritto Angela? Angela sta scritto? Non fa lo scherzo. Sta scritto Henry? Sta scritto mamma? Brava, bravissimo. Adesso, ok.
She's going back. Thank you very much. Is there any more?
Yes, we actually have one more with the English word. Clint, if you can bring it up, please.
You see, Giovanni, you're a perfect father, and it worked. I remember when Giovanni said to me, I'm using ultrasonic to get rid of the crystal salt at the bottom of the foot of Naomi. I said, Giovanni, you work with plasma, you don't know what you got to do. You remember, Giovanni, what I told you to do? And he said, what?
Yes.
I said, get her urine, put it in there. Crystal salt needs a crystal water salt to get out. And the best crystal salt of the body of the man is in urine. I told her just to get her urine, put it in a gas, and within it will start dissolving. And it worked exactly perfect, huh?
Yes, exactly.
Everything we followed, her brain structure, the pain pad on her hip. Giovanni told me she's in pain. I said, the pad on the hip, and the result was immediate. The technology is complete, and now you have a full recipe for more or less to bring every coma patient out. I want to know which court of Belgium is going to put all the parents into prison because they give life back to the children from coma. And the interesting thing is, very, very interesting thing is that we still can bring the life of Nila back, exactly like Naomi. The only thing is, the mother is greedy, wants to sell her life story to Hollywood for $1 million and made all the fabrication in the case in the court. But we see how the system works. I accept 10 coma cases around the world if any government allows me, and within 3 months I give them all back live to the government. My challenge stands. 10 coma patients, within 3 months I'll bring all 10 out and hand them over to show how correct this technology is. But we have to understand this is for a space. This is totally for a space, because coma is one of the most common problems in the space for mankind. That's why I tested the coma. Because in the space when we come to the magnetic field, rapid magnetic field, which is strong enough to override the strength of the man, the switch for coma comes in and the body goes in a coma. Now you have to, in a way, like a heart, resuscitate the brain. And this is the way it's done. You can grow the whole brain. You can take part of the brain out and regrow it. This is why, even in the case we have in court, Mr. Beck, is that he says damaged it because that's a brain stroke. It cannot be, and we've shown the videos how light it is. These are the cases we have to stand for. We have to understand that space technology of today is for every disease, every accident. We've shown cancer, man-made emotion. We've shown shoulders and pain and operation with the 2 doctors this morning. This is accident. And you've seen how accident can be repaired. A broken hip can never be done that. Do you know how many old people die of broken hip? Osteoporosis. With this technology, none of them need to. Within 2 months, they can walk out of the hospital with a full repair. It's been done. And now we see it. Thank you very much, Giovanni. Thank you very much for such a hard work.
Thank you.
I've spent many sleepless nights with you, with this girl. And I'm sure next Christmas you can have a dance with her. But tell her next time she'll talk so much that you can't shut her up. Says, Naomi, stop.
Yes, sure.
We both know you can't stop that girl, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
They
I'm
say
terrified of this.
he's terrified. Don't be terrified. I know what she's gonna get. I know what she's called Rubin, huh? She's gorgeous, yeah. We'll have her back. The minute the breathing and the voice comes back, the rest of the body will take over. This is our physical conditions, and we see her. She'll be back with us in next maximum 6 months,
Naomi,
and
yes.
maybe next year this time, God knows what she'll be doing. It'll be nice to see her to do a marathon, at least a half a marathon, because there is no reason for the body not to go back in full. You've seen how we realign the nerve system of the foot and she can come back. We have all the knowledge in the Keshe Foundation to give life back, as long as the soul is within the body. I want to tell you something. Giovanni, do you allow me to explain what happened the last night when she was in the hospital when I came to see?
Yes, okay, sure.
You better say what happened before they moved her to the second hospital, when we were all behind the window.
Yes,
Carry on.
when I was inside the room, Sikesh.
Yes.
Yes, was amazing, Sikesh. I never forget that. I was inside the resuscitation room, and Sikesh
With all the
start
family?
to talk to Naomi because the other I was alone inside the resuscitation room, but Sikesh was to the other part of the door with the other family. Until that moment, for all the effort that we did it, we don't didn't was able to have a result for have any response from Naomi. But when Sikesh asked to her to move the thumb, the hand, the left hand, the right hand, she started to move. And but what is unbelievable that I was inside. It's like that I feel, I listen his voice like that I was in the cave. Was like a very strong, a big voice, and it's like that all the air around is shaking. It was the first time in my life that I felt something like this, and I was in the same time too much surprised to see Naomi move, because even I try with my hand to touch her to make something, she don't move. It was like a vegetal body, but only with the voice of Sirkesh, she was able to move immediately.
That was 30 days after the accident. The last day she was in Bari.
Yeah.
The whole
Was
family came to see her.
yes, if I remember good, yes.
The reason she moved, I'll explain to you the first time. Up to that time, you tried everything and nothing happened. This is what I said to the other two doctors. You can reach the soul of the man. I talked to the soul of Naomi and she responded with physicality. And that's what the difference was. And that's why you felt being like in a, what do you call it, in a cave. My word was a physicality, but my soul was in touch with her soul. and I could raise the dead. And that's the time I knew she'll be alive and she'll survive. This is what Christ called resurrection. And there were 20 people watching it. I don't reach the physicality, but as Giovanni can tell you, it was like a string on the puppet. Puppet on the string, we call it in English. We could tell her to move your leg up, all the way up, move your hand, the left, the right, and it was a joyous time. You got to learn as a physician to touch the soul of your patient, not the physicality of it. But in a way, when you do the physicality, they need to see something happening. And I chose the path of the soul, and Giovanni chose the path of physicality. And it's very strange that once the physicians learn this, you do not need to have any machinery to do. We can reverse every condition in the body of the man. Naomi was exactly 30 days in that hospital, total vegetable, till I spoke to her in the word of the man. And there was the whole family coming to say goodbye to her because she was getting moved. What was the name of the hospital they moved her to? To a holy hospital. Giovanni, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, yes. Takesh, sì.
They moved her to a new hospital in the north that day, the next day.
The hospital of San Giovanni Rotondo.
And when she was sent, everybody died except one other person in that ward when she was there for months. But as Giovanni said, we brought the soul back. The soul was there. And what you saw as a physical motion, as Giovanni said, was I speak to the soul of the man, and the physicality responded. And you have to understand, I was talking through a telephone. We couldn't talk. There was a telephone, we had to talk to Naomi through a phone. The physicians have to learn that try to go a step further and use the soul of your patient. The voice is a medium, but you can tune through your soul to their soul. And once you get the soul moving and responding, the physicality can come back. I've done this 3 or 4 times, but you have to learn to do it. It's not beyond the power of the physician who's committed to rescuing his patient. I wish we had a video we could record that day. Thank you very much, Giovanni, for such a beautiful effort. It's amazing what you've done.
Thank you to you, Takesh, for what you did.
You are a very good student.
I did it nothing.
You did follow the step by step, and you managed to get her out exactly how the helmet was supposed to be done. You kept everything exactly as I suggested. And one of the things is that when you use the fresh pad, I told you she's in pain, heartbeat high because of the pain. The minute we stop the pain, the whole process starts. When the bone was broken on the hip, the body turns in, it contracts. When you put the CO2 pad, high level CO2 pad, CH3, the body goes to relax, the hip comes to the position and lines up. And then from that process, the welding of the bone starts. That's how the hip came. You always have to understand there is no magic. I told you how I got her moving through her soul. Now you have to understand how the hip, broken hip, came to be literally welded to each other. In taking the pressure off or the pain off, because as it's like a paper folded, a piece of metal you fold, the stress goes across the whole grain of the steel. When the muscle bends forward because of the pain, broken hip, it cannot heal. It's impossible. So the pain stays till you die at a high pressure. Now that you put a pain pad, the body relaxes and the bone goes in its position, and then because it's in the position, it literally starts welding together. When you have a CH3 CO2 pad, the bone rapid production goes high because you need, in the normal condition, when the bone breaks, the wound brings the calcium and creates the healing. Now, with the conductivity of CH3 and what you have in the body of the man, which is the iron in the blood, you create the same kind of condition and the calcium moves in, and the healing is a matter of the first week. What takes months is done in a few days. The other point, as we said, how you have to understand the work of the body of the man. The urine is the salt. So when you have a blockage like this, all you need, 2 patches of different, you melt it. Dr. Rodriguez has done this, and other doctors in South America have done that they move pieces of material out of the center of the cancer. It's the same process. What we call everything else, the voice is back. It took us, I think the first day you made the patch, she started making noise for her voice box. She responded with the brain very rapidly. We can make any brain perfect. There is no need for anybody, even after the brain hemorrhage, to suffer. Now you can see the beauty of the space technology. But this, as I said, is for us, for future space programs. As we go into space, there is no doctor. You can heal yourself. You can remedy yourself, not only with your thoughts, with your soul. If you strengthen your soul, you can change anything, any damage to your body. Because the body of the man is under control of the soul of the man, and not vice versa. Once the soul is established, it stays the master. Are there any questions you can ask? Then we go to the next session of the work.
Sorry, yes, I have one last video here with sound.
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, this went. Sorry. Just going to play the one last video with sound here.
Naomi, listen me. Now I will speak in English and show awards in English. Okay? This mean car. This mean salt. Salt mean this. Ma dai, don't take a joke. Non scherzare, dai. What's mean this? Salt. This mean water. Water mean this. Acqua. Bravo. Si pronuncia water, ma il significato è acqua. It's acqua. Bravo.
He wrote water. She does it in English. She speaks both languages.
Yes,
Giovanni,
Sukesh.
what are you going to do? Yes, carry on.
She understands English, Sukesh. Understand
Yeah,
and
you know what's your problem, Benjamin? Giovanni?
Yeah.
She's Italian. You got to teach her the sign language. You know, she's expert in all the sign languages with her hand, huh?
Yes. The language with the hand already she spoke. And she speaks with that. We talk with that.
For those of you who
and she screamed with the hands.
For those of you who don't know, Naomi is an expert in speaking Italian with her hand expression. And
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
taught our son everything you need to know what it means in Italian.
Yeah.
One day we watched Rubin, he was shaking his hand like this. I said, what are you? It was Naomi had told me this means this and this means that. I'm happy. Thank you very much for giving her
Yeah.
back. I'll wait and see when we know what we got back.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Giovanni.
Thank you,
It's
Sukesh.
gorgeous
Thanks
see
to
her
you.
back. I gave
Thank
her
you.
the soul, we gave her the physicality. You're welcome. Any
Thank
question?
Yes, see, Azar has her hand up. I think she has a question. And we have another attendee, Carlos, who I'm not sure who Carlos is, but perhaps we can allow him to talk. Azar, do you want to go ahead, or do you have your hand up?
I don't have a question. I just want to add to what Mr. Kesh was talking about and Giovanni's presentation. Totally, I believe that the getting rid of all the diseases can be instantaneous, because it has happened to me once, and I can have the person come back. I don't have it now, but the patient had cancer, but I believe I could touch their soul, and they had a total trust in me. I mean, she had a total trust in me, and I mean, what I could say is this: right away when I did that through the soul connection, she felt the pain was gone, and it happened in my office, and then my staff noticed something in both of us was our face were light up, and then when she went for CT scan a month later to a country, there was no sign of cancer. So this was just instantaneous. I mean, I didn't have cancers, I didn't have a machine, not cold, nothing, absolutely nothing. And it just was the total connection of two souls, and my trust that that I could do it. I mean, not I could do it, I could connect, and the soul acceptance of it was, I mean, for me, was a shock in the beginning, but as I learned from Mr. Kesh, it just a trust and believe and the patient acceptance, and if it's the time to do it. And it was, I can have the person come back later and talk about her story. And now she has a beautiful 5-year-old son, and she is cancer-free.
Thank you very much. What's the other question?